Welcome everybody on back to another episode of the TDJShow. Today is July 6th, and today is Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick preview of what I think will happen, and my final score for the night, and who I think wins the series overall. So, alright, let's start with we're going to start with a question, that was entered. So, one of the questions is, who needs to score more points tonight? Chris Paul or Devin Booker? Personally, Chris Paul's leader of this team. He needs to score. At the end of the day, you have to have Chris Paul as your number one scoring option. In the elimination game against the Clippers, Game 6 of the Western Conference Final, Paul had 41 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and shot 7 of 8 from 3. So right about now, he's probably the reliable scorer. Devin Booker's been good all postseason, but had a few rough games last series. So yeah, Chris Paul's got to score a whole bunch of points tonight. So Giannis right now is game time decision / questionable. The question I'm answering is, how will the Bucks handle this game without Giannis? So, in the Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Middleton had 32 points. Holiday had 27. I think if Middleton and Holiday combine for at least more than 50 points, they have a shot at winning the game. I don't think they win it, but they have a shot. Middleton shot 10 of 22 from the field, and Holiday shot 11 of 23 from the field. Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez did put in good minutes. Portis put in 32, and Lopez put in 39. Tucker's been playing great defense all postseason, so that will be a huge help. I think the X factor for the Bucks is actually going to be both Middleton and Holiday. If they can score over about 50 points, that's a huge key. X factor for the Suns is going to be DeAndre Ayton. It depends on how he plays in the paint. He's the best big man in this series without a doubt. When we're talking big man, I'm talking center. He's the best center in this, no matter what. So another question is, without Giannis not playing tonight, could this be the night that DeAndre Ayton has a career night? And I could go yes. Giannis should probably be playing defense. He'll probably shift. He would usually, if Giannis would play tonight or any time in the series, he'd probably, there'd be times where he'll move over to guard Ayton. Tonight's gonna be the night. Ayton could. I really think Ayton could put up a 30-point double-double. He's been good all postseason, and I think having a guy like Chris Paul is really, it's a good, one of the best point guards to ever play the game. It's good to have a guy like that who's a true playmaker in the sense. I do think, I will say this, with Chris Paul, by the Suns acquiring Chris Paul and how DeAndre Ayton has really bloomed this year, I think he's one of the most improved players in the whole league this year. I don't think the Suns are regretting not taking Luka Doncic or Trae Young with the first pick. I think taking DeAndre Ayton was good. I could understand why taking Trae Young, Ayton and Young, they played college. Luka played overseas. These top stars overseas, they could be. Dirk was a good overseas player. Luka's been phenomenal. So far. Denny Ajvida for the Washington Wizards. Originally, in last year's draft, the Warriors were high, and they had the second pick in the draft, so there was chances of him going there, possibly, but not 100%. He hasn't really put up some big numbers. I will say you're really taking a gamble with the players overseas. So I do think Ayton does have a career night tonight. in points and rebounds, and I don't think the Suns are regretting him as the first pick. Drew Holiday, does he need to score at least 20 or more points? And you know what? I'm going to go yes. He scored 27 in the elimination game. In Game 7 against the Hawks. Definitely, he has to score at least 20 or more points tonight for them to have a good chance. And he's got to play good D on... You know what? I'm going to say he's got to play good D on Chris Paul. I think he'll get matched up with Paul and not Booker. There's a chance you might see PJ Tucker switch to Ayton on an occasion or two, but it'll be mainly Brook Lopez in that instance. And yeah, the Bucks have to, they have to make Middleton and Holiday their primary scorers, with Giannis not. The 28.5 points that Giannis is scoring this postseason is definitely a lot to lose out on, considering that this is a team that beat the Nets in the semifinals in the Eastern Conference. An injury report, the only person on the injury report is Giannis, and he's a game-time decision / questionable at this moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the TDJ Show. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you all on the next one.